Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidwaram Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Chanora Mardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Tvameva Mata Cha Pitatvameva Tvameva Bandhusya Sakhatvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravidam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Tvameva Sarvam Gurudeva Deva. Hari Om. We are doing the Panchadashi, the 11th chapter of Vidyaranya, and is called Brahmanande Vishayanandaha or Brahmanande Yoganandaha, where the realization of the total Ananda of the Brahman, then where you have accomplished and you have gained what you are looking for. What everybody is looking for? Happiness only. So if you go to Google and ask for how to be happy, you will get lot of theories and lot of explanations and what constitutes a happiness, and it's a state of mind and so on and so forth, and many things. By accomplishing what you dream of is happiness, and so on and so forth. According to Vedanta, none of them are really happy because they are limited by space-wise, time-wise and object-wise. Therefore, any limitations will cause unhappiness. So what is that? Because even you accomplish what you think, even if you have billions of dollars, you will be still going for some more, because what you have is still finite compared to infinite. Only when there is nothing else to gain, that means you have gained infinity, then there is no more longing to gain because you have gained everything. So gaining everything is only gaining infinity, and you can't gain infinity because any finite approach will only give you finite things. So one cannot gain by any effort, by any process, infinite. But longing to become infinite is inherent for every pursuit, every human being. So I want to become infinite, I can never become infinite. This becomes the essence of human suffering. So how do you solve this problem? The problem cannot be solved by any process, but I cannot but try to solve the problem. Only problem is to recognize that there is no real problem. But I am trying to solve a problem where there is no problem, and that has become a problem. Only way to solve the problem is to recognize that there is no really problem. Why there is no really problem? Because by nature you are infinite. I don't believe so. Then struggle hard. Because by nature the source of happiness is not out there. It can be billions, or it can be the power, it can be anything. Happiness is not out there. Happiness comes from your own self. So therefore you are looking for outside where the source is here. Even the happiness outside is only coming indirectly through you only, because when you gain what you are looking for, then the mind has become a calm and quiet and serene, and therefore it is happy. So what is happy state? A mind which is free from longing, free from wanting, and free from longing and wanting will happen only when it is full by itself. It is full momentarily by outside process, but if it is full permanently, eternally as it is, then you are happy eternally. That is essentially is Brahman. Brahman is you are infinite, there is no limitations of space-wise, time-wise or object-wise. Therefore, one who knows that he is that I am Brahman, Aham Brahmasmi, one has the knowledge of that. It's not gaining Brahman, it is recognition that I am Brahman. Once you have recognized, there is no more actions, good or bad. Every actions are being done in our presence. So good or bad are only dramas at the transactional level. From the absolute point, there is neither good nor bad. All is there is I am there. So it's my own swarupam in terms of all the actions. So that's what essentially was being discussed by Swatma Rupena Eva Esha Pasyati. So he sees everything is his own glory. Swatma Rupa means here my own glory. We call Atma Krida, my own play, and plays varieties and varieties of things are there. Look at my glory, Arjuna. That's what Pasyame Yogavaishwaram. Maya tadamidam sarvam chedad avyaktamurtina mastani sarva bhutani nachaham tesha avastitaha. Najamastani bhutani pasyame yogavaishwaram. Look at this. All beings are in me. I am unmanifested, yet all beings are in me. And their problems do not belong to me because their modifications do not affect me. Achaham teshu avastitaha. Their avasthas do not affect me. And factually, najamastani bhutani. There are no really beings in me. I am all by myself. That is the statement of Krishna. And says, this is the glory or vibhuti. Look at my vaibhavam. Look at my glory. Gold can say, look at my glory. I can exist in varieties and varieties of names and forms of ornaments. And the state or the sufferings of each ornament has nothing to do with me. Ring may suffer, ring may have complexes with respect to the bangles and all that. I am only little guy, tiny guy, and all those problems. Those have unaffect me. They are because they are only at a superficial level. So najamastani bhutani. In fact, there are no ornaments in me. I am only gold expressing in different ways. So both statements are being made by Krishna, and you can see the relevance of that. Now we go to this sloka 7. Vidyate hrudaya grandhihi, vidyate hrudaya grandhihi, chidyante sarva samshayaha, chidyante sarva samshayaha, sriyante chasya karmani, sriyante chasya karmani, tasmin drushte paravare, tasmin drushte paravare. Together. Vidyate hrudaya grandhihi, chidyante sarva samshayaha, sriyante chasya karmani, kasmin drushte paravare. So asya, of this wise man, so paravare, that which is unmanifest as well as para means supreme higher and avare. So that which is manifest, both manifested state or unmanifested state. Tasmin drushte, in his vision, says Hridaya Grandhihi, all knots in the heart are vidyate, or undone, or removed. All knots have been removed. Sarva samsayaha, all the doubts about myself, etc., on the world, are chidyante, are being destroyed. So there are no more doubts. Cha karmani sriyante, all the actions are all being neutralized. That means all my parmas, vasanas are neutralized. And then that is essentially the statement of the sriyante chasya karmani, trasmin dushte paravare. So one paravare. So one who has in the vision of that, he realized that both unmanifest and the manifestation. That's why Krishna says, Maya tadamidam sarvam, the avyakta murtina. I am in unmanifested form, and the whole universe is I am unmanifest. Means all manifestations are superficial, and I am very existent that's supporting it. So in the 7th chapter of Gita, it says, Bhumir apo nalo vayuhu kammano buddhi revacha ahankaramiti yamme bhinna prakriti rashtada. The eightfold nature of the whole Prakriti is there. Bhumi, from all the Panchabhutas, plus the ahankara, mind, buddhi and ahankara. This is being explained by as the God forgot. So essentially, from the theory has been explained. It is essentially the Sankhya Veda. I'm sorry, from the Sankhya Yoga aspect of it, where the creation has been explained, and it says apareyamitasthanyam prakritim vidhime param. Beyond that is the one that is adhana, that is supporting. Dharyate iti jagat. I am the one who is supporting beyond this. That is means beyond any manifestations, the unmanifested form. I am the essence that is unmanifested. And Upanishad says, Sadaiv Saumya idamagramasi dekameva advitiyam. And what was there before creation was existence alone was there, one without a second, and it created the whole many, and it itself appears to be many. Tadaikshada bhausyam tada eti. Say it itself appears to be many. So just as gold appearing into many ornaments. This is a scripture provides these examples here, and that is the transformationless transformation, and therefore in principle there is no real transformation. So either you can look at from the bottom line where it is pure existence, or you can say pure Ishvara himself is the bottom line. So where is the Ishvara? Ishvara is everywhere. So I had to develop a vision to see Ishvara in and through everything. Then Lord is there in. You can see the Lord everywhere too. So that is unmanifested. Now you can see Lord in the manifested form also, because everything is nothing but Him only in the varieties of names. So when you look at the beautiful flower, a beautiful tree, even a beautiful bug trying to go, or beautiful birds and everything else is nothing but expression of the Lord only in those forms. If I have the proper vision, I can see even the snake and the tigers are all beautiful as they are. I don't have to put my finger into the tiger's mouth and say it is biting me. Just enjoy and the beauty of it as it is. So essentially, stand apart and enjoy. That's a part of enjoyment also. So the tiger doesn't want you to come close to it also. So Vijjanti Hrudaya Grandhihi Chijjanti Sarva Samshayaha. So Sriyanti Tasya Karmani Tasmin Drushte Paravare. So Paravare, so both manifested and unmanifested, Tasmin Drushte in his vision, Hrudaya Grandhi, all the knots have been removed. In the Hrudayam Grandhi, in the heart. What is the heart? So heart of the problem. What is the heart of the problem? Essence of the problem. What is my essence? I am. I am is the essence. So what is the problem? Problem is I am taking what I am not as I am. That is the bondage. That is the knots. So the knots are 3 knots. Okay, Desa, Kala, Vastu, Parichinnatvam. So limitation by space-wise, time-wise, object-wise. So those contribute to the knots, and the cause for that is I am taking, I am this, because this is limited by space-wise, time-wise and object-wise. But I am by myself as pure consciousness existence is infinite, is not limited. So by knowing who I am, the knots have been removed because no confusion anymore. So the ignorance of my own self contributed to the vikshepa or projection of myself as this. So that has been, projection has been removed because the ignorance is removed. So ignorance and ignorance generated karma on all other associated with the limitations have been destroyed. That's called Hrudaya Grandhi. The Upanishad says this is the knots in the heart. That makes you that you are a limited being. Those are the knots. 3 knots have been removed. So, Vijjante Hrudaya Grandhi Chijjante Sarvasamshaya. There is no more doubts about myself. I know I am, because I am existent conscious entity. Now I know I am Ananda. I am not only Sat, I am only Chit, but Ananda. In spite of experientially the body, mind, intellect is still limited. Experientially I don't feel I am infinite, but conceptually and knowledge wise I know I am infinite, because I am taking myself what I am not and then complaining I am limited. Once I know that who I am, all the samsayas, all the doubts have been removed. So definitely I know what I am is essentially sarva samsayaha. So there is no more going after objects for my happiness. So this is where the knowledge, Vijnanam, is different from Jnanam. Jnanam is only the understanding as a Paroksha Jnanam. Yes, I studied Vedanta for so many years, I know everything and all that. But still I am going after objects for my sense satisfaction or for my happiness. That means I have not studied Vedanta properly. It's only a conceptual understanding, not understanding as a fact. And that's what is essentially sarva samshayaha. All doubts about my own self have been removed, because I am no more longing for outside for happiness. Therefore, Atmaniyev Atmana Tushtaha. I am reveling in myself by myself, because the self that I revel is infinite by itself. There is no limitations of any kind. So I cannot but revel, whether inside or even outside also, because my own expression outside also, my own vibhuti also. All that is understood in that Chidyante Sarva Samshayaha. Sriyante cha asya karmani. So his asya karmani, his actions means his vasanas are sriyante, have been neutralized completely. So it becomes, as we said, it becomes a bhushanam for him. So the forms have been removed from the snake. So snake cannot bite. It's only beautiful snake. It becomes panaga bhushanam. So you become a panaga bhushana once the vasanas have been, the tinging of the aspects of the vasanas have been removed. So it becomes a glory only of the Ishvara or the Jivan Mukta. Sriyante cha asya karmani tasmin drushte paravare. In his vision, he has completely both manifested and unmanifested. Even when the world is there, he is happy. Even when the world is not there, he is happy. So Atmarati and Atmakrida. Reveling in himself by because the self he revels is full, or in playing with himself in the drama of life also. So that's essentially the sloka. We'll go to next sloka, which is 8, and is a quotation from the Svetaswara Upanishad, and justifying this essentially. Tameva vidvanaccheti mrutyum, tameva vidvanaccheti mrutyum panthana cetaraha, tameva vidvanaccheti mrutyum panthana cetaraha, nyatva devam pashahanihi, nyatva devam pashahanihi, kshinai klesairna janma bhag, kshinai klesairna janma bhag. Gada? Tameva vidvanaccheti mrutyum panthana cetaraha, nyatva devam pashahanihi, kshinai klesairna janma bhag. This is a quotation from Svetaswara Upanishad. It says tam eva. So tam eva vidvan. So tam vidvan eva. So the one who has realized that I am Brahman, the knower of tam vidvan Brahman, the one knower of the Brahman eva, mrutyum accheti. He goes beyond the mrutyu. He goes beyond the death. Here death is continuous change. So normally death is leaving the gross body, the subtle body with the vasanas travels to next loka or next place where it has to search for a body conducive to exhaust the next vasanas. It can be in this life, in this world, or in the higher lokas, where depending upon the nature of the set of vasanas that has to be exhausted, a body is required and the environment is required. He travels to those lokas and then comes back again. Once the good actions are all gone, then he comes back again to this world to perform more. Because ultimately, until one realizes, the travel will be going on and off continuously, and only way it stops is once you realize what happens. When the body drops, the mind has no more purpose, because all the vasana is gone. There is no vasana driving for it to take something, because all the actions are also done. So tameva vidwan. So he doesn't have any more mrityu. He is no more death. Born. Death means that which is born has to die. That which dies has to come back again. So this is jatasya hi dhruvo mrityuhu dhruvam janma mritasya cha. So as Krishna says in the recycling process. So the one who is born alone has to die, and the death again is nothing but a beginning of the next life. So this cycle of punarapi maranam, punarapi jananam, jatare sayanam, yaha samsare bahudusthare, kupaya pare pahimurare. So Shankara says this samsara is continuously goes on And we have been traveling this for many lives, because the current life itself is a proof for we had a previous life, and previous life is a proof for previous to previous life, all the way beginningless. And that is essentially that mrityu, that's what is the change. And continuous change is gone, even though world is still changing, but I am established in the changeless substratum. Gold can say, I am never changing, even though ornaments are forming and ornaments are getting, ring is getting destroyed into bangle, bangle is becoming into a necklace, but gold says, nothing is happening to me, I remain as gold. So that is called mrityu, is svanta, is acheti, it transcends the change, and that is essentially tameva vidwan brahman. So na chetaraha, na cha itaraha, and no other way you can escape this. Only way you can escape is this transmigration of soul, or the life after life after life. We have been doing it and we will continue to do it. Only way to stop this is to realize the self. Then only it will end. Otherwise, you will be back to the same thing again and again. So, the mrityu panthana chetar, whether you believe it or not, this is a fact according to the scriptures. The panthana chetaraha. So in other religions, so you go to eternal heaven and eternal hell only. So there is no change there. Eternal means it remains there, you remain there. So either way, you will be facing with the continuity will go on. Jnatva devam pasahanihi. Jnatva devam. Devam here is stand for knowing the self, that which is brilliant. Devam means that which is brilliant, means that, but that which is pure consciousness. And Jnatva, knowing that I am the Satchidananda Swarupam. Pashahanihi, all the bonds are been removed. What are the bonds? All the vasanas are the bonds. There is no other vasana, pasham, other than the vasanas. So it's called Pashupati. So one who has gone beyond the vasanas. So Pashahanihi. Shinaihi, klesaihi. So all the suffering is also gone. So it becomes a natakam. Even though the jnani, body, mind, intellect may undergo because of the prarabdha its own course, from point himself, he sees the body, mind, intellect going through. He says, I am free from all this, because this is only part of the changes that occur as a natural, and from my point, this is only a part of the Jagannatakam, Natakam only. So therefore, Chinaihi Klesai. So he doesn't own them, whether it's a good or bad. That's why Dukkeshu Anudvignamanaha, Sukeshu Vigataspruha, Vitaraga Bhayakrodaha, Sitadhir Muniruchyate. So he is the Sita. These things will not affect me. Just like in the drama, you have tragedies and comedies going on. Actor is unaffected. He goes back into the green room, changes the costume, comes back, plays his drama, again goes back. But he knows that he is unaffected by this drama, but he enjoys as a drama only. Shinaihi klesarihi. Not janma bhag. There is no more janma. That means the cycle of birth and death is gone. So when the jnani drops his body, the body goes back into Virat Swarupam, into the total universe of the gross material, and the mind becomes the Hiranyagarbha, joins the subtle material, and the intellect joins the Ishvara, and all three elements disperses off, and he is one with the Brahman, that is activating the whole universe itself. That is what the nature of reality is. This statement comes from the Svetasvatara Upanishad. Chant number 9. Devam matva harsha sokau, Devam matva harsha sokau, Jahatyatraiva dhairyavan, Jahatyatraiva dhairyavan, Nainam kruta krute punya, Naivam kruta krute punya, Pape tapayatah kvachitu, Pape tapayatah kvachitu. Together. Devam matva harsha sokau, Jahatyatraiva dhairyavan, Nainam kruta krute punya, Pape tapayatah kvachitu. So Dhairyavan Devam Matva. Dhairyavan is essentially the one who is fully determined, committed to pursue this until you reach. Because the commitment towards the highest is so difficult, because everybody goes into the, yes, I want Vedanta, I want to realize, but I will realize along with having enjoyment here, I don't have to we don't need to give up, this is only Mithya, but I can have that also. This kind of things is only because the mind wants to dwell on that, because I am finding happiness in the local. That's what the problem is. Devam Matva. So this having known, Deva means here the effulgent self, once knowing the effulgent self, that means the realization, says, by how? Dhairyavan, by those people who are persistently pursued in order to accomplish, realize ultimately. So Krishna says, Manushyanam sahasreshu sarvis Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschit yatati siddhaye yatadanam siddhanam kasmin metita sastadaha. So there are thousands of people who are trying to reach this, but not many really interested in the Vedanta, interested in trying to say what is the highest truth. And even those who understood make less effort, not many people make an effort to realize. Effort to realize means contemplate and recognize that I am Brahman. Says, yes, I understood Vedanta, I need this also. I am still dissipating myself in other things. I do not recognize that that is the highest purpose of life itself. That's what is a Dhairyavan, the one only who has committed to reach the highest, is the one who is Devam Matva, having known that and while living. Says Eva, Harsha Sokau, either the joys or sufferings at the body, mind, intellect level. This is he jahati, he gives up, means he gives up the attachment to it. The body, mind, intellect will go through process according to prarabdha, but he says, I have nothing to do with the prarabdha. Prarabdha belongs to only body, mind, intellect. So body, mind, intellect has karma prarabdha, not me. So don't say the jnani has a prarabdha. He doesn't have prarabdha. Yeah, it is our prarabdha to say that, because of he is there for the body, mind, intellect is maintained because of if the arrow has been shot, the product of previous actions, therefore it is continue. And also prarabdha of the other seekers who want a Mahatma to continue for their glory. The Lord himself maintains the body, mind, intellect of that for the benefit of the totality. So that's how you have to look at it. So therefore, Harsha Sokau Atra, the Eva, Harsha Sokau Jahati. He gives up once he realizes that Aham Brahmasmi. So Kruta Akruti, in commissions and omissions of the actions, he says Punya Pape, in the merits and demerits of the actions. Evam, this wise man, Kwasit na, is never tapayataha. He is never affected by the punyam and papam and all that. So what happens to the punyam papam of the Mahatma? So there is a story, it says those who criticize the Mahatma, they get the papam. Those who pray Mahatma, glorify Mahatma, they get the punyam part. So they won't get lost, it will be redistributed. That's why, because when I criticize the Mahatma, and even Mahatma my mind is so crooked that I am seeing the bad things even in Mahatma, then I get all those bad things only. And if I glorify that he is the greatest person, and I am trying to gain the best qualities of that in the process, so all the punyam goes to those people. So essentially it will be redistributed. So that means a signal, a warning signal, not unnecessarily just the judge other people. Hey, he is not a great soul. He took money here. He has been raising funds, etc. All these comments are unnecessarily. If you know who is, if you can gain something from Mahatma, gain it. Otherwise, just stand back. Lord will take care of anything at all. So that should be the attitude. And this is what essentially the glorification. And with this, the teacher concludes what is the nature of the reality and what happens to one who gains the Brahman and how can he be so happy. And this is the essential jnana. The jnanis, the glorification of the jnani and the jnanam has been glorified up to this point. And from now on, it talks about the other Ananda aspects of it. And this is the Brahmananda has been covered. Now is going to talk about the Ananda Kosha and all that in terms of deep sleep state analysis going to be presented from Sloka 10 on. With that, we stop here. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.